Let's learn how to use a combination lock. Whether it's a padlock like this or whether it's on a locker, these always give my students fits. But let's figure it out together, and we'll try some practice things, and I'll give you a few tips. So when you get a locker, like for gym, usually there's always going to be three numbers. And these three numbers will either be on the back if you buy a lock at the store, or if you have a school locker, they'll give you these three numbers when school starts. So the first thing to do before you even try to open the lock is just to figure out a way that you can remember these three numbers. It seems kind of funny, but if you can think of a story that will help, anything that's in your life that will help you remember these numbers, turn them into a little bit of a story. So, 11, I kind of that's a nice, easy number for me to remember just because it's two ones right in a row. So it's the first number, and it's an 11. So that I could use that. I could use, hey, when I was 11 years old, or maybe you are 11 years old. Anything that you can do to tie in the first number. This is going to be a stretch for other people, but for me it would work. But I know I'm skipping to the last number first, but 31 is the name of a card game that I play with my family. And when we play with quarters. And that reminds me of the 25 for 25 cents. So I can think of I remember 11 somehow, and then try to come up with a story or your age or your grade, or draw a picture. If you want to turn one of those numbers into a cool picture, whatever will help you remember those three numbers. Okay, so I'm thinking of 11. That's just a cool number because it's two of the same digits. And I use quarters or 25 cents to play 31. We take the lock. Now, a good thing to remember is you don't have to be super fast. Now, when you get really comfortable with opening a lock, you can move it back and forth super quick, but you don't have to do that when you're first unlocking it. So just take your time. The first thing that you want to do is, I just call it clear it. Now, it'd be like if you were turning the steering wheel. You're going to just turn it. Let's see what would be a good way. The same direction that the clock hands go. Okay. I'm bringing my fingers over the top. Is that helpful? I'm going to grab it. I'm going to bring my fingers up over the top. From left to right, if that's helpful, clockwise. So I'm just going to clear it. So once I've got that, now I got to remember my first number. So I can go right to, I'm still moving the combination lock in that same direction. I'm going to go until I see 11. Now, you're not actually going to see 11, but since that's 10, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So all those are just little individual numbers. So okay, so I have my three numbers in my mind. I've got my first direction of clearing as kind of like turning my car to the right, or my fingers starting on this side and going over the top from left to right. When you do the three numbers, you're going to start going this direction. The second number, you'll have to go the other direction. Then you'll go back again to the original. So that's the trickiest thing about combination locks, is that you can't just stop at each number and have it unlock. You have to be going this direction for the first number. Turn back around and go this way for the second number. And back to clockwise or fingers going over the top from left to right for the third number. The second little clue is that the second number, you're going to skip it once. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to clear it. I'm going to stop at 11. I'm going to go back the other way. 25, I'm going to just skip right over because I got to go around further. Now I can stop at 25. Go the other way. until I get to the last number, which was 31. That's the game. I play with my family. Okay, let's see if it worked. It did. Now you can, again, you can stop at each one. Oops, let me lock it again. Clear it. 11. I can sit here for as long as I want. There's no time limit, but I just have to know that now I'm going the opposite way if I want to go to the second number. So I'm going to go to 25. I'm going to skip it. Skip it. There I'm at the 25. I can sit there. I have to go to 31 next. So, you know, hopefully you've memorized this number so that you don't have to, but you can write the first couple days of school. You can write it on your planner or a piece of paper that you can pull out, or if you want to write it on your hand for the first day, that's fine too. So now I'm sitting at the second number. I'm back to my original movement of left to right. So I want to turn the dial like I'm turning my car to the right, and I'm going to go to 31. I can't see the numbers. Let's see here. There I am at 31. That works. Just practice it a couple of times. Just practice. 11's the first number. I skipped 25. There's 25, my quarters. Go back to 31.